Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM. It's Wednesday, which means we get to visit with our friend Michael Babcock at TMZ to get the scoop on today's hottest stories. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Kelly and Jeremy. Thank you for having me.
Well,
Michael, can I ask you a quick question? Is that the sunrise coming up behind you in those windows? Is that the sunrise from California?
It is.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
That is gorgeous.
It looks pretty. I turned around right before we started. It looked really pretty.
That's gorgeous, yes.
So our viewers just know he's not on like a green screen. That's actually real.
That's real. And as we're talking here, maybe it'll get a little lighter.
Yes.
Michael, so what is happening? What is the latest story? Where do you want to start?
Let's start with Dustin Diamond, because I think that's a story people are still talking about and still in shock about. Dustin Diamond, who obviously played Screech, a show so many of us either grew up watching or, obviously knew about this guy who played this iconic character, passing away at the age of 44 years old. The saddest, probably the most difficult part about it is the fact that Dustin had no idea that he was even sick until January, and he wasn't feeling right. Felt like something was off in his body, was experiencing some pain, and went to the doctor, and then to have his worst fears confirmed when they tell him you have stage 4 lung cancer. They were hoping, they were praying for a miracle, so much so that they went forward with chemotherapy. He actually, a few weeks ago, completed his first round of chemotherapy, and I know that they felt positive. They wanted to have a good outlook and believe that he could conquer this thing, but unfortunately the cancer, which had started somewhere else in the body, had metastasized to his lungs and other places, and that was it. And unfortunately, again, at the age of 44, Dustin passed away. Now, what's kind of cool about this now is that he hadn't been working too much, but he had actually been working on somewhat of a comeback. If people remember, and really are big Saved by the Bell fans, they'll remember that on the show, Screech had a robot called Kevin, and it was kind of like an AI robot that he kept in his room, and it would give him advice. So they were actually, Dustin, along with a partner of his, actually working on a robot, and they were going to start using it in commercials with the plan of ultimately using it in this Saved by the Bell reboot.
Oh, wow.
Now, unfortunately, which Dustin was not part of season 1, and there was animosity there. He was really upset about that. But we were told that in the months leading up to his death, Dustin and his people were talking to producers, and it did seem like they were going to write in some Screech storylines. So he was probably going to be part of future seasons of the show, but
that's heartbreaking because, Michael, I'm a huge fan of Saved by the Bell. I still watch the reruns. I watched the reboot, and I felt like Screech's absence was noted because he was such a big part of that show.
He was big.
But what I'm glad to know that maybe he mended fences, because I found it hypocritical that he was kind of troubled in the last few years, and I felt like his celeb friends kind of turned their back on him, and then to hear these glowing obituaries about him on social media, it seemed hypocritical, but I'm hoping he did mend fences with some of these people before he passed.
Yeah, it's tough, and Saved by the Bell reboot is not Saved by the Bell without Screech. I think he's one of the 2 or 3 most important characters on the show. You're right. Look, he was a young star. He was very famous at a young age, and we've seen time and time again that when you have a child star, a lot of times life is difficult, especially adult life is difficult. And not to sugarcoat anything, Dustin did have some issues along the way, and because of that, I think some of his famous friends tried to distance themselves from him, but now he's gone, and you're right. You hear all these people saying all these beautiful things about him, and you can't help but think, hey, I wish they would have maybe helped him out a little bit more while he was still here. But nonetheless,
and hopefully that's a lesson for the people that were his friends before and after he's passed away. Maybe they will realize that we're not here forever, and you should be good to people while they are here.
Absolutely, because you never know, and this is the prime example of that.
And what's so sad, too, is we can move on to the next story, but I feel bad him having that for so long and not knowing it.
Oh, yeah.
Not catching it early enough, and that is a huge fear of people. Like, what if you have it and you don't know?
Right.
It's so sad.
True.
Yeah, absolutely. It's terribly sad. He'll be missed.
Yeah.
Now, Michael, quick question. Did I hear a rumor that all of Tom Brady's neighbors are decorating their houses in Chiefs memorabilia? It's all about Mahomes and the Chiefs, right?
This is really cool.
Right.
This is great. So Tom Brady, obviously, first year with the Tampa Bay Bucks. They're in the Super Bowl. Tom Brady is living in Derek Jeter's home, Derek Jeter's Tampa home. And all of their neighbors on the block, nearly every house, has some sort of sign on the lawn, like "Let's go Bucks" to everything from "My neighbor's the GOAT," and all these really cool, fun signs. This is really unique because a football, the NFL team, has never had a home game before. So obviously the Super Bowl, it's a big production. It's, the location is planned years in advance. And it has never happened that whichever city, had the Super Bowl that particular year, but their home football team was in the game. It never happened before, but now it is going to happen. The Super Bowl's in Tampa. The Tampa Bay Bucks are playing in the game, and I think that's why you're seeing this tremendous local support, which is pretty cool. And I actually talked to some people that work with Tom Brady, and they said that he was really pumped up for it. It actually got him really excited, really juiced up to see the support from the neighborhood.
Oh, that's fantastic. This is going to be a great game, is it not? Oh, I'm excited.
Kelly, I'm surprised you didn't tell Michael our plan. Well, Michael, Kelly and I have a plan. We're flying to Tampa, and we're going to take down all the Bucks signs in this neighborhood and replace them with Mahomes and Chiefs gear. So
I love it.
We better.
Jeremy, you know what's funny? There is at least one Chiefs sign on the street in the neighborhood. So there was one person. Yeah, there was one person who was a Chiefs fan. They don't care that Tom Brady's their neighbor. They're going to put up their long sign.
Wow, that is amazing.
That is awesome. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. But the good thing is that Mahomes and Brady are, their admiration for each other is there.
It's so cool to see Tom Brady, who's probably the greatest quarterback ever, and this guy who is literally a legend in the making, if not already a legend, and the admiration they have for each other. It is really cool to see, and the respect they have.
Yeah, that's good.
When you think there's almost 20 years age between them, it's pretty crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's crazy.
I'm looking forward to that. And Michael, I'll be honest, your third story, Kelly and I have no idea who this person is.
We don't know.
I know, Kelly and Jimmy, you guys will remember when I tell you this. So Morgan Wallen, he's a country music star. I wasn't too familiar with his music either. But do you remember a couple months ago, there was an SNL musical guest that was supposed to perform on the show, but went to a bar and was kissing women on Instagram or Snapchat and posting the videos when he was supposed to be isolating because of COVID. Do you remember that story?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so that's who this guy Morgan Wallen is. Now he's in some more hot water because over the weekend he gets home late at night and he's outside and he's cursing this and that, and then he says the N-word.
Oh, my gosh.
That's not good.
He said it to one of his friends, and now the video's out there. People are upset with Morgan Wallen again, and he has come out. He's apologized. He said he has got to do better. Same thing that he said a couple months ago with SNL. Different situation, but obviously not something that he should be saying.
The guy just doesn't have good sense. He's not making good choices right there.
No, and I want to say he's young, but he's 27 years old, and
yeah, he should know better than that.
Now, in country music, don't we say something like, he ain't got the good sense his mama gave him?
That's right. He ain't got sense to come out the rain. That's right. All right. We're taking you to the country, Michael.
See, I didn't know that.
Okay.
Oh, we say it all.
Jersey.
Hey, we say it all the time here in the Ozarks,
That's
Michael,
right.
okay? You come visit us, we'll school you.
I had no idea.
Don't be scared. You and Jenny are welcome to come visit anytime.
Anytime.
I'm dying to come visit. I'm going to come see you guys when this.
You'd have a ball. Lots to show you here.
We seriously will, Michael. So you and Jenny are welcome anytime. We're going to go out there. You're going to come out here. We're going to make it happen.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Michael.
Bye,
have a great week.
Thank you.
Bye.
You can catch TMZ weekdays at 5 p.m. and TMZ Live weeknights at 12:30 a.m. right here on Fox. Coming up, it's a special edition of... We already played Got You Covered, didn't we? Oh, Name That Tune.
There we go.
We're playing Name That Tune. Never mind. I was like, wait a minute. We already played that, didn't we?
He probably hears banjos when he sees it.